the EFF, they have elected the top 6 leaders who will have to run these organizations for the next 5 years. And there is one person who's missing from all these leaders that got elected. And we're talking about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, who's a familiar face, someone who many people know and many people were expecting him to be uh, among the elected new leaders of the EFF, especially after uh, Floyd Shivambu have left this movement. Many people, they were expecting to see Mbuyiseni Ndlozi as a deputy president. So just after Julius Malema, of course, him is supposed to be the man who's supposed to be taking over. Not only us as a political analysts who have been saying it, but even fighters, EFF members, they've been discussing about this. We could see Twitters, we could see posts all over social media. All of them, they were coming forward to say that no, now that Floyd they have left, we still have Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, who's going to be our deputy president. Unfortunately, Ndlozi is not among the top 6 leaders which the EFF they have just elected. For what reasons? And what is hiding behind all this? Because we're going to discuss with you something very important in this video that no one is talking about. The reactions of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi in all this. Because so far, people they only know that the man is not reacting. But now that they have announced the winners of these top 6 leaders in the EFF, and the name of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is not among these leaders, what will be next for him? And what left for him in the EFF? First of all, we need to understand why things get to this point. How did you reach to this level whereby the top 6 leaders of the EFF that are being announced out there as the new elected, yet Mbuyiseni is not among them? Why the name of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is not among these people? Well, it all started a couple of months ago when Floyd Shivambu had to leave the EFF in the way that we all know. Late on, at first, when they were making this announce through the media, I had made a video and I told you guys that there's a big secret behind all this. We should not buy whatever these people that are trying to show us in front of cameras. Because I could take my time to rewind that video of Julius Malema expressing himself after Floyd Shivambu had announced his resignations in the EFF. I could think and see the pain behind Julius Malema's words. The moment when he said that I'm not going anywhere, because abandoning the EFF is like you're abandoning your own child. When he was saying these words, I remember me zooming even back to see what was the reactions of Floyd Shivambu. You could see he gave Julius Malema that look, which was very weird. Because you could see that Julius Malema actually was busy addressing him directly. And from that moment, that's when I realized that, no, this is not just something simple as we are seeing it in the cameras. There's a big reason behind this. Besides that, Julius Malema was asked a question to know if he was aware that Floyd Shivambu was going to leave. What was his answer? He was like, I did not know. Late on, a couple of months ago, we saw now the truth start coming out. Why the truth come out? If we are talking about the same Julius Malema who said that he pleaded with Floyd Shivambu to stay, but he refuses. And he even went for saying that the EFF doors will always be open for someone such as a Floyd Shivambu in case if you want to make a U-turn to come back in the EFF. That is to show how Julius Malema felt when Floyd Shivambu left the movement. Maybe by then he was not aware that the most trusted people in the EFF that he have, they'll leave one by one, even though he knew very well that there will be many people leaving. I think when he was saying that there will be many people leaving the EFF, it was just kind of like referring to people who believe in Floyd Shivambu, because whether we like it or not, the man was or used to be popular in the EFF. He had people who voted for him in order for him to be in that position. So obviously, you will have to dish up some people who will have to follow him. But I strongly doubt if Julius Malema was referring to people such as Dali Mpofu or Busisiwe Mkweban, so on and so on. Now, when this was happening, Julius Malema with the EFF, they were willing to cooperate in case if Floyd Shivambu decided to change his mind. But the moment when Floyd Shivambu went in the MK and started changing up the language toward the EFF and the man called Julius Malema, you guys, you saw on the interview which Julius Malema had given on the SBC, whereby he ended up changing his own words that comes from his mouth, saying that Floyd is more than welcome to come back in the EFF because he's one of the founders of the EFF. People who could see the danger or the kind of betrayal which Floyd and his people they have done on the EFF, they end up telling Julius Malema that no, whatever you deciding to do with this guy does not concern us anymore because he's left. I mean, he left the organizations and we don't have nothing to do with him anymore. Now, in all this, where does Mbuyiseni Ndlozi stand? His problem or his mistake that he made the first of all, when these things came out, he was aware about it. He kept quiet about it. What even made things become even more worse is when his wife ended up commenting on a certain Twitter. I think it was Twitter coming from Floyd Shivambu or Dali Mpofu. Between the two, you might correct me through the comment if you know who was the person who published that Twitter. She reacted on it, even though whatever it was being said in that Twitter, it was not something which was good for the organizations such as the EFF. So after she reacted on it, these things, Julius Malema raised it through the press conference when he was addressing the Grand Force of the Gauteng. He raised this point, saying that no, what hate the most is for the fact that some people, their wife, they have the guts to go and react on a certain topic, which it is there to destroy the EFF. And yet, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi did not get the courage to come forward at least and try to clear up his name, or maybe try to apologize in behalf of his wife. Instead, the men preferred to keep quiet. Imagine having those kind of allegations, whereby they say that no, Mr. President, your child they have done 1, 2, 3, 4. What is your reactions? Can you come up and clarify things here and clean your name to show that you don't have nothing to do with this, or to prove to people that you are not part of this plan? Well, in case of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, he did not do so. This reminds me with the SG of the EFF. Remember, this man is more close to Floyd Shivambu. According to the last interview which Julius Malema had given, he tried to describe a little bit the relationship between the SG of the EFF and Floyd Shivambu, saying that these people, they were so close to the point that we can go and do other activities, but when we are done, I'll leave them together. But the day when Julius Malema find out that no, Floyd Shivambu was leaving the EFF, he had to go all the way to Floyd Shivambu's place. He did not even want to welcome him by his place or at the office, but he followed Floyd Shivambu to his place to talk to him. As they were talking everything, they were with the SG. Once Julius Malema was done, he stood up, he wanted to leave. The SG also stood up and left. And when he was out, he told Julius Malema saying that, why do you want to leave me with this person? Because Whether we like it or not, it's Floyd Shivambu who bring him in the EFF. So he told me that, no, you can't leave me with this person because I'm not part of this. I'm not abandoning the EFF right now. So I don't see the reason why you should leave me with him, because he just made his mind up. He don't want to be part of us. So therefore, I don't see the reason why I should continue with my friendship with him. That kind of reaction, it is something that can prove one person to trust you. It's something that can make one person to believe in you, that you are not part of whatsoever is happening. Because whether we like it or not, what Julius Malema just experienced with the EFF, it is what we call, in other words, a military coup. Yes, this is a military coup, but I can even go far by putting it and saying that this is a political coup. At least the SG managed to show his side and his stick to Julius Malema and the EFF. What about Ndlozi? Besides him making that first mistake of keeping quiet on what his wife had reacted on a certain Twitter, here's the second part. Floyd Shivambu, he went in the MK. Over there, they asked him a question by a journalist that, no, Julius Malema, it seemed to be a heartbroken man. He feel betrayed by you because he used to consider you as a brother. Those are Julius Malema's words that he keep on quoting every time, saying that this is my brother. Now, what do you say about that? How can you do such a things to your brother? The answer to Floyd Shivambu was very surprised for most of you guys. Actually, all of us. He denied the brotherhood which he had with Julius Malema for all these years. Instead, he even compared this so-called brotherhood to gangsters, which he believed that, no, this is nothing, it has nothing to do with brotherhood. Those words, they were very painful for Julius Malema. He even expressed it again in different press conferences he held. Through the interview, he expressed it like, wow, I did not know that people I call or consider as my brothers, they were seeing me as a gang. Let's put that aside. In the same interview which Floyd had given, they asked him a question to know what does he think about Ndlozi. What was his answer? This time he recognized Ndlozi as his friend for many years. Think about it. In other words, he was actually trying to send a strong message to Ndlozi that, bro, I got your back. You can come and join us. You are wasting your time over there. He tried to reveal his friendship with Ndlozi, blah, 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 blah. Now, these words, the way it came out, and from our own way of thinking, the man actually was just trying to send a strong message, sending a loud invitation beside what they could have discussed behind closed door or through the forums. But now it's making it even more publicly, because I remember through that interview, Floyd Shivambu said that everyone who's in the EFF who want to join the MK party, they are more than welcome. We'll welcome them and we'll work with them. Now, when it comes to the part of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, he was even more specific by reminding him the kind of relationship they have. A relationship of more than 20 years. This now was a very good opportunity for Ndlozi to come out, at least try to explain himself. For an example, saying that, okay, no, it is true. I know Floyd Shivambu for many years. We've been good friends, but not to the point that one day I'll wake up and him coming and tell me that, no, he's leaving the EFF. Those kind of things, for an example. Or maybe he should have come and tried to come out and clarify things in the way of saying that, no, I don't have nothing to do with this. I think what Floyd is doing is just trying to win me over, or maybe he's trying to ruin my reputation in the EFF. But he kept quiet, guys. He did not say a word. He kept quiet. He did not comment about anything. We all know that Ndlozi is one of those arrogant guys. For those who have come across him, you can just tell that the guy is just one of those, feel like he's there already. But in this kind of matters, your arrogance, your ego does not count at all, because it is your political careers which is being put online. It is your reputation which is being put online. And I think the man should have tried at least to come forward and try to clean up his name. But what he did not do so. Do you know why? Here's the thing. Why Ndlozi has been quiet for all this time, not reacting or saying anything? Here's the thing. When Julius Malema find out about this, he calls all his close friends or colleagues or EFF, people that that we drink, we sleep together, we talk, we party together, those kind of people. He bring them together and start questioning one by one. Just one question. Were you aware that Floyd Shivambu was leaving these organizations? Yes or not? Before I drive you through this conversation, I want you guys to just to think together with me why Julius Malema had to go and ask that question. Because on the official version, it is because Julius Malema he feel betrayed, or because he was not aware that Floyd was going to leave. But on the other side, when we look at it properly, is Julius Malema trying to express on how shocked he was, knowing that my right hand, the person whom, whenever I go to the toilet, I can leave my drinks, my glass of drinks with him, knowing that, okay, it's not going to hurt me. One. Two, Julius Malema have said it repeatedly in a different interview, press conference, call it as you wish, saying that he had even called his family, set them down, his son, his wife. They know very well that if something could happen to Julius Malema one day and he died, the person they should contact in order for them to organize the funeral or any kind of arrangement, they should not contact anyone else than Floyd Shivambu. Those are his words and not mine. And I'm not making up the story. So you could say that Julius Malema have trusted Floyd Shivambu behind the politics friendship. He saw Floyd Shivambu as a family member. Now, here comes this person. You wake up one morning, you are finding out that no, they're no longer next to you. That it is a very big things that really make Julius Malema feel betrayed. And proof to that, seeing the opening speech that Julius Malema gave, which I salute, by the way, is a long speech of about 3 hours. Julius Malema get to express himself on how all these things had affected him. And for the first time, with my own 2 eyes, I saw Julius Malema shed tears. That was not the tears which come out of emotions because of he mentioned the name of his grandmother or wife in his speech. No. That was tears which comes up with a lot of pain and anger at the same time. So when Julius Malema saw all these things coming, so he need now to investigate, at least as a good leader. You are left without no choice but to investigate, try to see when was this plan, who's next, because this is a pure political assassination attempt. If these people were planning to assassinate or kill Julius Malema, I think they were gonna succeed if they were the life of Julius Malema, which was put online, physical life I'm referring to. So, like any leader, we all know, especially in Africa continent, where there is a lot of coup d'etats and all those kind of things. Every military coup attempt, if it fails, the president, the sitting president, they don't just sit and relax. They make a serious investigations to know who's behind all this. I can give you a very short, easy example, like what happened in Congo with the President Tshisekedi. After they tried to remove him in power and they failed, they took the National Assembly, they sabotage things around. Those who were arrested, they were questioned serious questions in order for them to find out the mastermind behind this. So I think it was within Julius Malema's right for him to at least try to find out what happened. And now, as he was busy asking everyone to know what is happening, here he comes again across Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and asked him a simple question: were you aware that Floyd is going to leave the EFF? The answer was like yes. Oh, okay, yes. But why did not say anything about it? Why at least did not inform me? Again, as I said earlier on, for those who know Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, they will tell you that it's one of those arrogant guy, and obviously he let his arrogance and ego took place through his answer instead of him even try to explain in the way that no, I try a lot, I was planning, I think I apologize for this, for an example, because sometimes you don't need to go to the left, right, center trying to justify something which you already mess up. No, apology can change everything. I apologize. I think I was just very stupid on that. I should have told you as soon as possible. No. Instead, what was his answer? His answer was, I don't see the need or the reason for me to come and tell you all this. Like someone such as a Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, how can him give that kind of answer when you know very well that this, it is causing the life of the EFF as a political party? That's not something you're supposed to keep to yourself. That's not something you can come and tell a person that no, I don't see the reason why I should have told you. No, you don't do that. So when he was given the reason, I mean, an opportunity for him to clean up his name, to come up clean and say that I'm not part of this. Yes, I was aware, but I apologize. He failed to do so, guys. He failed to do so. So, him failing to do so, just because Julius Malema was hurt. And also, they forgot that Julius Malema is a strategic politician. Guys, whether we like whether we like him or not, Julius Malema is a strategical politician. In order for him to resist for all these years or to be at where he is, you must know something about politics. You must know how to deal with politicians. You must know what to say and what not to say. Because in the world of politics, it's just like in the world of celebrity. The opportunity comes once. The success comes once. If you fail to manage it, you go down. And once you go down, no one will be there to hold your hand and say that, come, let's stand and continue. So when he said these things, of course, for Julius Malema, he felt like, I can't trust this man. I can't trust this man. They are doing this in a few months before we go for the National People Assembly. This kind of people, what is going on? If they had a problem of post or anything, come and talk to me. I've spoke about it in private. I spoke about it in public places and said that whoever feel like no, they want to come and challenge me, they must come. But no one talked to me about this. And the next thing now I'm seeing people leaving. So it was kind of like he distanced himself from Mbuyiseni Ndlozi for that moment. But when now Busisiwe Mkwebane leaving, Dali Mpofu, this one Manye, all people that you know that left the EFF, as they were going, they go out there, they're trying to damage now the reputation or the image of the EFF by criticizing the EFF because now they feel like they are out from the EFF. Here was another good opportunity for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to come out, at least to defend his own movement, to defend his political party by condemning those who left. I just gave you an example of SG of the EFF. He was coming out in the media, toe to toe with all those people. If they attack them, they attack the EFF, him also he respond back. Now, in all this, was it necessary for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to keep quiet? Let's just say maybe he's being suspended, or maybe he's dealing with some things. But do you think is it necessary for him to keep quiet when your own political party is going through all this? Because whether we like it or not, the MK party, they have declared as open war against the EFF. The EFF, they've accepted also the war, and now they are considering the MK party as their enemy. They even forgot about Cyril Ramaphosa with the ANC, because for them, they feel like the ANC is already down. So when they were about to finish up the ANC, here comes the MK party who want to come and take over the 10 years of fight, which the EFF, they have fight so hard in order for them to defeat or to put the ANC down. So the AMK party, they just want to come and take over. Like, no. Before this power go to the EFF, us we can come up with our strategy. And we saw the old man of Councillor Jacob Zuma coming out, and he knew exactly what he was doing. And him dishing up from the EFF members, he did not want all of them to leave at once. No. His mission actually was for him to dish up one by one after another. Why? Because the more you take one after another, it's gonna give him a kind of like it can become a trending topic. You see that one of the EFF just left. Okay. This one also is gonna leave. This one, you see, they always spoke. So you want us to be there in that page, of trending. You want to be the top topic through the news medias. You want everyone to talk about him and the MK party. That's the strategy which Zuma managed to put on place so far. And now it is even more clear that whoever who have joined the MK party, they were aware already that no, we are going to leave, but you are not going to leave at the same time. So when MK party try to position themselves in such a way, at least people were expecting Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to come out also and try to at least defend your own movement. Whether you are being suspended or not, whether whatever they said allegations against you, they are true or not, you should have come out, at least try to defend your own movement. That's how you do things. Try to give people your position. Are you within or not? Because trust me, if you will have tried to show his movement, obviously it was going to make things more easy for him to be part of this National People Assembly of the EFF. And what was going to be there? People that were going to nominate him. And once they nominate him, imagine Gadi versus Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Who do you think people of EFF they were going to vote? Of course, they were going to vote Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, because that's what everyone they were expecting to see. But when now he decided to keep quiet in all this, he preferred to keep quiet. His silence, it means a lot. As Julius Malema, in his speech that he gave of 3 hours, he finishes with by saying that the words of our enemies won't have a big impact on us than the silence of our friends. Guys, imagine you are fighting with someone, saying a lot of things about you, fighting you like you are trying to survive, you are trying to defend yourself. And here you have a good friend who have the potential to defend you properly, to fight in your behalf, yet they keep quiet, they are observing you like this. How would you feel? So I think Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, he have just destroyed his own career in the EFF. I will explain myself why I'm saying this. First of all, as I said at the beginning of this video, the EFF, they just elect the top 6 leaders who will lead them for the next 5 years. 5 years is not a joke. If a child is being born today, come after 5 years, you find that child running around, talking to you, calling you papa, mama, uncle. That 5 years, it put Ndlozi out of the box. How is he going to benefit from these 5 years? So right now, even Ndlozi used to be here. They just drop him. Right now, he just become, if he's still, of course, if he's still a member of the EFF, right now, Ndlozi is just a simple member of the EFF. Because in the national community, is not there. In the provincial community, is not there. They do not elect him anyway. So for right now, he have started from zero. That is if he's willing to remain in the EFF. And I doubt it's for the member of the parliament anytime soon, especially after this NPA of the EFF. I believe in the press conference, you might be surprised what would be the announcement of Julius Malema concerning Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Maybe they might end up removing him in the parliament as well. So far, officially, EFF, they have not fired Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. But listening to the words of Julius Malema yesterday in the press conference, the message is very clear. Because the moment when Julius Malema, at first when they were asking any question concerning Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, Julius Malema would be like, no, as far as I know, he's still a member of the EFF, I don't have time for this, blah, blah. But this time, he's even refusing to talk about him, to the point that he's even telling all his colleagues, saying that anyone who will ask you this question, tell them to ask you next questions, because you don't have time for this. Everyone who's here is the one who's supposed to be here. What does he mean to say by that? Is that have something to confirm with what the media they were saying already about, whether it's being suspended or whether is the one who decided to not even register himself in order for him to present himself to this National People Assembly? So there's a kind of something which is fishy there, and just a matter of time we'll discover. But if Ndlozi have to decide to remain in the EFF, well, he's no longer going to be the same man. Because the message here Julius Malema was trying to pass was to show that no one is above EFF. It is the EFF that unite all these people. And it is the EFF that can make you become who you are, whether you are becoming popular, whether you are becoming whatsoever it is the EFF, under the EFF wings, that can protect you against all these things. But if you want to raise your head higher and think that you are above the EFF, well, that is it. Second message, which the EFF, especially Julius Malema, was trying to pass here, was trying to say that there is a lot of individuals who are intellectual, who went to school and studied so hard, who are very intelligent, who are very smart in the EFF than Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Yes, he's our charming boy. Yes, people love him. Yes, he speaks nice. Yes, he sings nice. Yes, he does 1, 2, 3 nice. But if he failed to play his role in order to defend the EFF, these are his outcome. It is irreplaceable. It's not like it's unreplaceable. No, he's a person who can be replaced. That was the simple message which happened there. And that's what happened. So Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is being kicked out. He's not even in the position which everyone was expecting to see him as a deputy president. He's not there. Whether it is a HD, is not there. Any position is not there. When we go in the provincial, he's not there. He's nowhere to be found. His name is nowhere to be found, and no one nominated him. Why? one is not attending this event. For what reasons? Only time will tell. Whether it's being suspended, even if it's being suspended, I don't think he was going to miss this event. I don't think. Because he's still a member of the EFF. He represents something in the EFF. So he will have maybe even sit among the delegates of the EFF, but it's nowhere to be found. And Julius Malema had to come and tell us that no, everyone who's here is the one who's supposed to be here. So who knows, maybe Ndlozi was the one who had sabotaged all these things and said that, I don't have time for this. Because of maybe they had some kind of a certain disagreement between him and the leadership of the EFF. Now, what would be next good? I mean, what would be good for him? Because in the EFF right now is standing at 0. There is no way that's gonna come in and say that no, I want to be this and that. So, concerning for the EFF, first of all, he needs to come and make a public apology for every allegations which is being said in his name, whether it is true or not. Let him come out to the people of South Africa, to the women of Maricanas, to people who believe in him, to people who trusted him, to people who want to see him next to Julius Malema. Let him come out and clean his name, first of all, by apologizing why he decided to go quiet. Let him apologize. And let him say to the people of South Africa that I'm willing to deal with any consequences that comes on my way because of my actions. That kind of a sincerity apology, it will help him to regain again that trust that people of South Africa or people of EFF they had given him. Let him start from 0 again, as we saw many people in the EFF who started from 0, and today they give them different opportunities. They are now among the top leaders of the EFF. Let him do that. The history, at least it will remember that he's one of the founder of the EFF. So he's still going to have a lot of opportunities. They can nominate him somewhere through the EFF organizations. But if he fails to do so, well, you will be left without no choice. Either to join the MK party. But let's start with the MK party. If you have to join the MK party, may I say that that would be a very stupid mistake that you will ever make in all this. He must not commit that kind of a mistake anymore. Why? Because the door of the ship, which is the MK, is closed already. MK is full. Yeah, you might come here and tell me that no, they don't have policy there. The old men can just sleep and nominate whoever you want, or he can change whoever you want. Yes, it is true. They can even maybe decide to nominate him somewhere, but the impact, that thing is not going to be there anymore. And we all know at what stake the MK is standing. Anything it is possible. The MK, all the political analysis keep on pointing fingers on 2 individuals in that movement. The first one, the old man himself, Jacob Zuma. If Jacob Zuma is no longer around, what will be the MK? That's just a question which until today, no one never come to me and convince me otherwise. That things they make it kind of like a private property. Yes. Let me put it in a simple English for Africa. A private property. So if something will have happened to the old man, we don't know what it's going to become. They can come and say that, no, we are grown people who know how to do it, but we don't know. Secondly, the individual Floyd Shivambu. Why Jacob Zuma left everyone, whether it is within the ANC, DA, come and dish up in the EFF? Because the old man know what was doing. He knows the importance of Floyd Shivambu. He knows the kind of role which Floyd Shivambu used to play in the EFF. So he wants to establish his political party, and he needs someone such as Floyd Shivambu. In other words, if Zuma is not there today, Floyd Shivambu is the potential candidate for that position. But what will happen now if him is not also around? So you can tell already that everything are looking good for MK right now, with all the impact they're having the top former chairperson, former what judge, all of them to combine together. Everything they look so nice, but in the next 5-10 years to come, we don't wish, but be careful. We might come back here and remind you of what we are saying. Just our opinion. So, as for Ndlozi going to join the MK party, things won't look that good for him, because those who are already occupying those positions in the MK party, they believe that those positions now that belongs to them, even though they took it also away from people who have first started with this so-called MK party. Now, what is his last options? According to me, I think the only place maybe it can make him remain the same Mbuyiseni Ndlozi that we know, that would be the ANC. I mean, it's just my opinion. If you believe or agree with me, it is okay. But if you don't, feel free to give us also your opinion in the comment section. Tell us what you think. Do you think Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is a better candidate to be in the ANC? For me, I think yes. I'll tell you why. Look at him and look him very well with his impact. Now have a look in the ANC. How many Ndlozi do you see there in the ANC? Whether it is an intellectual, whether it is a kind of the speech, that's everything's put them together. Look in the ANC, how many are left there? Because if you give me Mbalula, we all know that no one out there can consider Mbalula as someone who went to school, because the history is there. We know that the men did not go to school, just like some of us here. Who else? Lamula. Lamula is limited, guys. It's limited. If you have to put Lamula and Ndlozi, Ndlozi is still gonna be high. Who else? Panyaza Lusufi. Panyaza Lusufi is well known because of his integrity, that things that they have done so far, like but at a certain point, it's still under Ndlozi. Forget about these old Madalas, like yeah, name them, you know them. Them they are done already. And the ANC that can resist against all this MK party, EFF, DA on other side, it needs some fresh mind, some fresh brain, some fresh energy. Yeah, they need to dish up some leaders who are coming. See, like what MK is doing. That's what ANC need to do as well. If they stay, they'll be like, no, we've been there. No, we're the one who went in exile. We're the one who did this and that. I'm telling you, this ANC, I'm sorry to say it, but that's the truth. This ANC, they won't last for long. So right now, they need also to use the same strategy. Dish up where you can dish. Oh, from BA, yeah, you look there, they are trusted men, or the men with impact. Collect them. Put the money on the table. Oh, the MK. Floyd, come here, sit here. Here's what. Oh, what? Ndlozi, those kind of things. That's the only way the ANC, they can at least try to survive. So I think Ndlozi going there is a good option for them. It's gonna boost them politically. It's gonna add a 1+, even though they'll also continue to be considered as the enemy number one of the EFF. But that's the truth. If he fails to do so, well, I don't know what else. Him opening up a political party, that one he must not even try, Shem. Yeah, that one he must not even try, because those who have tried to open their political party, Baba, whether we like it or not, opening a political party, you must be a star, Baba. You must be a star, because you might have 1,000 people as required by the constitution, who will come and put their signature down and as members of your political party. But it's another thing for you to be able to have a seat in the parliament or to be a councillor. Go and ask uh, this president of Bosa, uh, Musmaiman. Go and ask them. They make too much noise here. Where are they? In the parliament is being represented by himself. It's like he just works so hard for him to be seated inside the parliament, not him being accompanied with other members of his political party. Hence, I laugh when Julius Malema was talking about his founder, saying that there's this other white lady somewhere there in Santon. She ran hotels. She put a lot of money to found the Bosa political party. But that money, it ended up bringing on one seat in the parliament. So whether we put the most of my money salary and everything together, they won't be able to refund back that money where it comes from. So I guess that is another way that people like to take a risk for politics. So guys, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi opening a new political party is not going to be a good idea. Actually, that one is going to be even something that's going to bury him. Yes, it's going to bury him politically. And I think that's not what he want to do. So either he stay in the EFF and apologize for all the allegations against him or what he have said wrong or he done wrong, or he go to the MK, which does not really promise if he will be the same we saying that we know, because MK we know that is something that belongs to someone with some top individuals who are there who already position themselves in that position. Or we don't have a choice than to just go to the ANC, because that's another good option where if you get in, you will get a post maybe in the government, okay, or maybe somewhere where you know that you'll be touching a easy money. But otherwise, guys, it is normal also for the EFF with the Julius Malema to react in such way because, as I said, what Julius Malema and the EFF just survived is what we call political military coup attempt against them. So if you survive, you have to do something in order for the same things to not be repeated again. So Julius Malema was very clear. You have to do those things so that even those who are working with him, because another things I was about to forget to mention in this video, guys, is for the fact that Julius Malema just want to pass a message out there that I don't want to work with Ndlozi anymore. So the betrayal which Julius Malema is accusing Floyd Shivambu, you also find it in Ndlozi for the fact that he kept quiet and not say anything about it. So it's kind of like I can't work with this kind of a person. How could you know such kind of information, details, and you kept quiet about it? Yet you want us to go to the National People Assembly and get votes so that you come and me and you will work together. No, I can't. Yeah, I know you did not say it officially, but looking at how things are sitting on the table, that's the naked truth. Julius Malema did not want anything to do with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi anymore. Proof to that yesterday, he speak it loud. He does not even want to talk about him anymore. If you still doubting, well, let's wait and see. You will see it for yourself. You will see it for yourself on how very soon, whether Mbuyiseni Ndlozi or Julius Malema, one of them was going to come out and give the official position of this individual. So we shall wait and see what will happen. I believe for us, it was very important we come here and have this conversation with you. So tell us also what you think about the whole scenario that's happening there in Nazareth, and give us your opinion as well. We're counting on it so that we can see whether we are really right on this one or not. But above all, make sure that before you leave, give us your thumbs up. We really do appreciate. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that whenever we're here live discussing this kind of matters, then you'll be able to join us, this big family of Cool Buzz TV. Guys, I appreciate your time above all. I appreciate your presence on this channel. I'm looking forward to see you again in our next video. But for now, continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon in our next video. Ciao, ciao.